Since antiquity, we've sought divine counsel from oracles and soothsayers, mystics interpreting signs too subtle for ordinary sight. Today, we place our faith in algorithms, lines of code sifting data to predict our creditworthiness, our job performance, and even our likelihood to reoffend. In both cases, unseen forces claim authority over our fate. In the 1960s, banks experimented with early computers to automate loan decisions. Punch cards, magnetic tapes, and rigid rules replaced human hunches. Enthusiasm ran high, faster approvals, fewer errors. But when a single incorrect digit could deny a family's mortgage, it became clear that speed without insight carried its own risks. By mid-century, the credit score was born, a numerical distillation of financial history. Rent payments, outstanding balances, credit inquiries distilled into a 3-digit grade of trustworthiness. Invisible yet omnipresent, scores became gatekeepers to homes, cars, and dreams, reminding us that a number, not a face, could determine our future. In the 1990s, law enforcement piloted predictive policing algorithms mapping crime hotspots from historical records, promising to allocate patrols efficiently. These systems nevertheless funneled attention to historically overpoliced neighborhoods, reinforcing biases cloaked as data-driven objectivity. Today, companies deploy AI to parse thousands of resumes in seconds, screening out unqualified applicants before a human even glances. Efficiency soothes executives, but resumes speak only in past buzzwords and qualified keywords. When algorithms equate complexity of experience with token presence of phrases, innovation and diverse talent risk being filtered away. Courts now consult AI to gauge flight risk and recidivism. A numeric risk score can influence bail amounts and sentencing lengths. While intended to reduce human bias, these systems inherit flawed data, often punishing communities already marginalized, turning past prejudice into future punishment. Public opinion splits. Some hail AI as the future of fair, evidence-based justice. Others decry a mechanized system beyond appeal. The tension captures our collective anxiety. Can code ever truly uphold human dignity, or will it deepen divides under the guise of neutrality? Algorithms operate in shadows, their logic hidden beneath layers of code and proprietary secrecy. We feel their impact in approved loans, denied parole, or overlooked resumes, yet rarely grasp who wrote the rules, or how to challenge them. We call it the black box, systems so complex that even their creators can't fully explain decisions. When an AI denies you housing or freedom, transparency vanishes. Without insight into its workings, accountability slips through our fingers. When an algorithm errs, who pays the price? The developer who coded it, the judge who applied it, or the machine itself? Our ethical framework strain under these questions, demanding new paradigms of responsibility in an age where decisions flow from silicon, not solely from flesh and blood. Transparency demands that we pry open the black box and illuminate the hidden gears of algorithmic judgment. Only when models, data sources, and decision criteria are laid bare can stakeholders from defendants to loan applicants understand why an outcome occurred. Without this light, we remain at the mercy of invisible arbiters, unable to contest or correct errors that determine our futures. Algorithms learn from history, and if history carries prejudice, so too will the machine. Fairness requires not only balanced training data, but active debiasing, auditing models to detect disparate impacts on race, gender, or socioeconomic status, then recalibrating them to ensure that the future they predict isn't a replay of past injustices camouflaged as objective code. When algorithmic decisions go awry, justice demands someone answer for the harm caused. Accountability frameworks must assign responsibility clearly, whether to the software engineers who train biased models, the corporations that deploy them, or the oversight bodies that approve their use. Only through enforceable penalties and remediation processes can we deter negligence and uphold trust. Modern AI thrives on vast troves of personal data, credit histories, social media footprints, health metrics. Yet our rights hinge on informed consent. Privacy safeguards must ensure that we know what's collected, how it's used, and that we can withdraw consent at any time. Without these protections, personal autonomy erodes beneath the weight of relentless surveillance. Explainability bridges the gap between opaque model outputs and human understanding. It compels AI to provide reasons in human-readable terms, highlighting the features and thresholds that tip the decision toward approval or denial. By translating complex computations into clear explanations, we empower individuals to challenge unfair determinations and regulators to audit systems effectively. A human inthalop model preserves our moral compass, positioning people as final arbiters of algorithmic recommendations. Full automation, by contrast, risks elevating efficiency above empathy, hard rules above nuanced judgment. Striking the balance means calibrating when machines inform decisions and when human wisdom must overrule the code. Procedural justice focuses on fair processes, transparent rules applied equally. Substantive justice demands fair outcomes considering context, history, and human dignity. AI excels at the former but struggles with the latter. Our ethical challenge is ensuring automated systems uphold not only the letter of the law but its spirit. Programmers embed moral dilemmas like the trolley problem into autonomous vehicles and AI agents. Do you sacrifice one life to save many? Encoding such trade-offs forces us to confront who decides life's value and whether a binary switch can capture the depth of ethical conflict. Automation permeates criminal justice. Predictive algorithms flag suspects. Risk scores influence pretrial release. Sentencing guidelines stem from statistical models. Yet the accused retain rights to confront evidence, to counsel, to appeal. Ensuring these rights persist amid AI intervention is essential to preserving the rule of law. Ethical AI is built, not bolted on. Early-stage workshops bring together developers, ethicists, and stakeholders anticipating pitfalls before code deploys. By weaving values into every design decision, we shift from reactive fixes to proactive fairness, ensuring justice is coded from the outset. In 2016, the Compass algorithm, designed to predict recidivism, ignited controversy when journalists revealed it flagged black defendants as high risk at nearly twice the rate of white defendants despite similar reoffense rates. This scandal laid bare how historical bias seeps into automated assessments, shackling individuals not to their actions, but to the prejudices embedded in data. Eager to streamline hiring, Amazon trained an AI on a decade of resumes, only to discover it penalized applications containing words like women's and preferred male applicants for technical roles. The project was scrapped, but the lesson endured. Without careful curation, AI can magnify systemic inequities, replacing one form of discrimination with another. Law enforcement's embrace of facial recognition promised rapid identifications. Yet false matches led to wrongful arrests, often of people of color. Flawed training sets and over-reliance on confidence scores transformed innocent bystanders into suspects, revealing the grave human cost when machines overstep their accuracy bounds. Investigations into digital lending uncovered that certain AI models, trained on historical lending data, continued to undervalue minority applicants despite colorblind input designs. By replicating biased legacies, these tools denied economic opportunity to communities already stifled by systemic barriers, showing that code alone cannot erase history's injustices. In healthcare, AI promises earlier detection and personalized treatment. Yet, when models trained on non-diverse datasets fail to recognize diseases in underrepresented groups, misdiagnoses follow. Lives hang in the balance when the precision of algorithms falters at the margins, reminding us that ethical design demands inclusivity as much as ingenuity. Platforms enlist AI to police content removing hate speech, misinformation, and abuse at scale. Yet errors abound. Benign art censored as offensive, extremist propaganda undetected. When moderation models misclassify speech, they silence legitimate voices or embolden bad actors. The ethical imperative is clear. Moderation must be precise, transparent, and appealable. Deepfakes, hyperrealistic forgeries of audio and video, threaten public trust. In response, AI defenders scramble to detect them, only to be outpaced by ever more sophisticated forgers. This arms race underscores an unsettling truth. Digital authenticity can no longer be taken for granted. Our defenses must be as adaptive as the threats they face. Recommendation algorithms chase engagement, often funneling users toward more sensational or polarizing material. What begins as curiosity can spiral into radicalization or despair. Platforms wield immense power over public discourse, and with it comes the responsibility to prioritize user well-being over watch time metrics. Real-world failures teach us that technology, however brilliant, carries human flaws into every line of code. Bias, opacity, unintended consequences, these are the specters we must confront head-on. By dissecting past harms, we forge a clearer path toward ethical innovation that protects the most vulnerable among us. From these lessons emerges an ethical mandate to codify principles of transparency, fairness, accountability, privacy, and explainability into every AI system. These aren't abstract ideals, they are the lifelines that ensure algorithms serve humanity, not subjugate it. In this charge lies our collective responsibility. Governments are catching up, crafting rules to tame the algorithmic frontier. The EU's GDPR demands data protection by design. Its forthcoming AI Act classifies high-risk systems and mandates transparency. These laws aim to shift power from opaque corporations back to individuals, yet their real test lies in rigorous enforcement and global cooperation. Beyond statutes, professional bodies and international organizations set voluntary codes, IEEE's ethically aligned design, and UNESCO's AI ethics recommendations. They articulate values: human rights, fairness, inclusivity, but converting guidelines into practice demands corporate commitment, public scrutiny, and continuous revision as technology evolves. Audits serve as internal guardians and external watchdogs, probing for hidden biases and vulnerabilities. Internal audits reflect corporate responsibility. External audits by NGOs or regulators ensure impartial scrutiny. Together, they form a system of checks and balances, shining light into algorithmic shadows. Ethical AI isn't designed for users, it's designed with users. Participatory design brings affected communities into the development process, giving voice to those historically marginalized. By co-creating systems, we root technology in real needs and values, forging solidarity between creators and the communities they serve. Quantifying fairness demands rigorous metrics and bias audits. Demographic parity, equal opportunity, calibration, metric illuminates different aspects of equity. By systematically measuring and correcting disparities, we transform abstract ideals of justice into concrete algorithmic adjustments, ensuring decisions honor the dignity of every individual. Interpretability tools act like prisms for AI's inner workings, splitting opaque computations into transparent explanations. Feature importance charts, decision trees, and saliency maps reveal which data points shaped each conclusion. By making the invisible visible, these tools empower users to trust, challenge, and refine automated decisions. Data provenance traces each data point's journey from origin to model input like a genealogical record. Lineage tracking ensures we know where data came from, how it was transformed, and who touched it. When errors arise, we can backtrack and correct sources, safeguarding integrity at every link. Ethical impact assessments forecast a system's social and ethical consequences before deployment. By simulating outcomes, racial disparities, privacy breaches, economic effects, stakeholders can weigh benefits against risks. This foresight prevents unintended harms and aligns technology with societal values. Even the best designed systems redress mechanisms, appeal processes, correction requests, compensation funds offer pathways for affected individuals to seek remedies. Ensuring accessible, timely, and fair redress restores trust and underscores that accountability stretches beyond design into real-world justice. When internal checks fail, whistleblowers and watchdog organizations step into the breach, exposing hidden biases and unethical practices. Their courage shines a light on corporate misdeeds and regulatory blind spots, galvanizing reforms. In the effort to humanize AI, these guardians ensure that truth prevails over profit and power. To steward AI ethically, we must weave human values into its very fabric. Coders become modern scribes, translating virtues into algorithms that prioritize well-being over mere efficiency. Embedding empathy ensures systems respect individual dignity. Encoding justice guards against prejudice. Only by stitching values into every function can we build machines worthy of trust. Ethical AI demands an informed populace. AI literacy empowers citizens to question, understand, and shape the technologies that govern their lives. From basic data rights to model limitations, public education transforms users into participants, ensuring that AI decisions serve, rather than subjugate, society. Beyond technical fixes, we must grapple with deeper questions. Can machines bear moral responsibility? What constitutes ethical agency? Philosophers and engineers must convene, interrogating assumptions about personhood, consciousness, and the moral status of artificial agents, ensuring technology evolves in harmony with human wisdom. The future of justice lies in co-governance, humans and AI systems collaborating to draft, review, and enforce policies. By combining human judgment with computational scale, we can create adaptive regulations that evolve with technology. This partnership honors both the nuance of human values and the consistency of machine logic. As we stand at the crossroads of automation, two divergent futures beckon. In utopian visions, AI amplifies equity, protects rights, and unlocks human potential. In dystopian nightmares, opacity and bias entrench injustices, transforming technology into tools of control. Our choices today will script which destiny unfolds. Ethical AI flourishes not through isolated acts, but collective commitment. When communities demand transparency, when policymakers enforce accountability, and when designers heed diverse voices, public trust takes root. In this shared responsibility, we build systems that reflect our highest aspirations, not our deepest biases. As AI learns and adapts in real time, its ethical guardrails must evolve too. Self-learning models pose unique challenges: shifting behavior, emergent biases, unpredictable outcomes. Continuous oversight, dynamic feedback loops, and fail-safe mechanisms are essential to ensure that growth aligns with moral principles, not hidden agendas. In the algorithmic era, justice transcends human or machine alone. By integrating computational insights with human empathy and discretion, we can reimagine fairer systems where data informs, but values decide, where predictions guide, but mercy prevails. Now, the question turns to you. Which principles will you champion in the design, deployment, and oversight of AI? Will you demand transparency, insist on fairness, uphold accountability? Your voice, your actions, your votes will shape whether algorithms serve humanity or subvert it. Our fate need not be left to silicon alone. When human judgment and machine precision strike in harmony, the gavel of justice can fall with both wisdom and consistency. Let us forge an automated future grounded in ethics, ensuring that every code, every decision, upholds the dignity of all.